Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I'm getting the tracks. PG 8. On begane da da hon pi om soba va ju da sarva dharma soba va ju do ha don be ngon le hon le rembo che no sab je ja che ve nan thu won a hon gu de che va le chung cho yong chab si me to du hui nang si chi cha chi zi rur mo la so ba nam ba la zi li cho bi ngo bo chi li ang bo cho ji ju yu sa hua mi bi de ba che par ji nu bi nam ka tang nyam ba cho.
From emptiness arises home, from which appears a wide-open jeweled vessel. Therein are Om, Ah, and Hom, melting and transforming into light. From this light appears Vajra drinking water, bathing water, flowers, incense, light, perfume, food, and music. Appearing as celestial substances, they are essentially void, and as objects of the six sense powers, their purpose is to generate extraordinary, undefiling bliss. These offerings become as vast as space.
Om benza argan av hon, om benza badin av hon, om benza buve av, om benza dube av hon, om benza aluge av hon, om benza gende av hon, om benza nevede av, om benza shabda av. PG 12. Jesu pa ma dur ma ta chu chu tu son sho ba ye jarwa se je tam che la gun da me cha che bo me to du bo mar me che she ze ro mo la so be ngo xiang yi je ju ne bu pa me so nam che se so to ma mi ne ta ti wa me ge ju dan sa mi nga sam ne nyong mo ma ju ve de fa tam chi ya ba ra chi nye to ran ja ra chang cho sen so so je bo la so be tu son ge ba je za ba so na la ne da yin nam je zamba tan lo ye che ra che da wa che chung tu mon de kwa ye chu je go lo go tu so kor wa chi si ma dong fa ra nya nge men da tu ge ye ha de nga ra jan su chen wa ye sem chen nam la sei su da ke so na je za be tam ji chang cho ju ju ro ne ring boro me tun zho ba ye zhen be be tu da chu ji.
Exalted Mother Tara, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas abiding in the 10 directions and 3 times, I prostrate to you with complete sincerity. I offer real and imagined flowers, incense, oil lamps, fragrance, food, music, and the like. Gathering of the Exalted Mother, please accept them. I confess the 10 non-virtues, the 5 grave acts with immediate result, and every misdeed of the mind controlled by afflictions from beginningless time until now. I rejoice in the merit of all virtues accumulated in the 3 times by the hearers, solitary realizers, bodhisattvas, ordinary beings, and the like. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings. Until samsara is empty, please do not enter nirvana, but gaze with compassion upon sentient beings drowning in an ocean of pain. May all the merit I have amassed become the cause of awakening, and may I soon become a glorious guide of transient beings. Back to page.
So yin nam ni rang ke ni kar thiên ba re choro om shu ne dan jan nam ben zar su ba ye ma go ha rang ke tu ke sa won je wo je song wa dang zi ba du be cho tam ji wo se dong ba xian bo da mi ba ra chor Ti dong ba ti gang le bam le chung we chu che na zo da ma dong tang de xin du zi xin yi du wong we wu su sen zhu deng du a gar bo yong su chur wa chung we da we jin kur nya kang we wu su dam le u ba la ngom bo dam jian chen ba le wo chuo gam suan sim jian tam jin ji gua qian bo ji tang ju zhou le chuo de jum dian de me kong pang la gu cuan du yong su chu wa le rang ni ji su ma zhu ma gun do ren bo qie mar gi lun bo zai ba da wo zi le chuo gun dun chuo xie de zun bian dang tang dian ba wu zha tu su jie bu re jian ma lang ma jia de si wu ren qiang wa ju zhou long wei na su jian lang su jie xin ge bie nian Sen sang bo sum chu zan ni dang bie ji sang bo jie qu zhe ba la cha ni yin xiu jin yong ba la du wa tu karan zi xin da ma nian jie te kara yu wa gu la an bo nam ru Keng wen chuo bi la zi jie do yu tang me yu nian zi ba ran qiang wa rin tang xian tu mi ren bo jie na cuo jie wu jian gu jian to xie le se mo to tang ga ra gong jian qiao do wo ba la suo bi jian nam jian jian ba xia xin bi jin mo zhong ge xiu bi che wa ra om gar bo jin ba a mar bo tu ke hong om bon xian ba Hon zhu bi rang ji ne dang jie ba ra bo de yang bo da la ne gong ba dang zha jum dian de ma la sang jie dang jiang ju sun bi ba du me ba gu ru wa jian chang.
Back to page 15. The light issuing from the seed syllable at my heart transforms all phenomena subsumed within perceiver and perceived into selfless, luminous, and vast emptiness. From this empty state arises the syllable palm, which transforms into a 1,000-petaled variegated lotus of exquisite beauty. In the center of its pollen bed is a white ah that transforms into a full moon mandala. At its center is a tom, which transforms into a blue udpala marked with a tom. It emits light that frees all sentient beings from the 8 and 16 kinds of fear, thereby bringing them into the state of the transcendent Mother. When the light returns, I transform into the exalted lady, Mother Tara, like a green mountain of emeralds. My light shines into all directions, and I glow with a radiant smile. My hair is tied in a top knot at my crown, while the rest falls loosely down my back. I am a 16-year-old blossoming youth with a charming demeanor. I am adorned with 32 major and 80 minor marks of excellence. My right hand is extended in the gesture of supreme giving, while my left hand holds at my heart the stem of an udpala blooming at my ear. Beautiful upper and lower garments made of celestial, rainbow-colored silk, a precious tiara made of various gems, a short necklace, a medium-length necklace, a long necklace, a belt, armbands, wristlets, and a sash belt are among the precious ornaments that decorate me splendidly. Sitting in a cross-legged bodhisattva pose, my forehead is marked with white Om, my throat with red Ah, and my heart with blue Hum. The light radiating from these 3 syllables invites the Transcendent Mother and an unfathomable retinue of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas resembling herself to come from their natural abodes and from the Pure Land of Potala in particular.
Banzara Samanza. Bodhala yene jone da yen yang ku len chong we da ye wo jin ro wa ro ro man kur che ye su zor la ban kur che chong ba le da cha so na gar wa den da ke cho yong xie le tu che sin kur che xiu su zor.
Tara, born from a green tom, whose light frees sentient beings, please come here with your entourage from the Pure Land of Potala. We welcome the exalted Mother Tara and her retinue. Through your presence, we are blessed with merit and good fortune. Please accept these offerings and remain together with your retinue until the end of samsara.
Bema karma la ye dan za hum ba hu xie jian chang be ye xie ba gong be tam ze ba na su su chu la chu xia ba ra da ra tian ba ra chu ru.
Thus the wisdom and samaya beings merge as one, just as water blends with water.
La riang tu ki sa wun le wu jie wang la ren nga jian chang.
Once again, the light emerging from the seed syllable at my heart invites the empowerment deities of the 5 families.
Om bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re ar gang ba ding za so fa. Om bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re ba ding za so fa. Om bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re bu be ba ding za so. Om bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re du be ba ding za so fa. Om bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re a lu ge ba ding za so fa. Om bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re gen de ba ding za so fa. Om bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re ne ve de ba ding za so. Om bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re shab da ba ding za. Om sarva datan gata ambe kenza du mam xie sarva dabe wang ke le re hun ba chang chu sem je du zi kang Nam ne woman sarva dathan gatha anbe ken gade samaya hon she hun bi chu wang gor go kan che ma tha chu la chi zo dun chi wa le je le rai je da ho wo pa mi be we jian wang la nam rang ni la tian ba rai chu
Om Sarva Tathagata Abhikansa Tu Mam. Having supplicated in this way, the empowerment deities, holding vases filled with bodhicitta nectar, proclaim Om Sarva Tathagata Abhigekata Samaya Shiriye Hom, and thus confer empowerment. The vase nectar fills my body and purifies defilements. The overflow at the crown forms an ornament of Amitabha, the Lord of the family. Then the empowerment deities dissolve into me.
Om Aryaratare Sabare Vare Argam Badinza Sova Om Aryaratare Sabare Vare Badinza Sova Om Aryaratare Sabare Vare Bube Badinza Sova Om Aryaratare Sabare Vare Duvam Badinza Sova Om Aryaradare Sabare Vare Aloge Bardinza Sova Om Aryaradare Sabare Vare Gende Bardinza Sova Om Aryaradare Sabare Vare Nevede Bardinza Sova Om Aryaradare Sabare Vare Shabda Bardinza Sova Om Jitsu Ma Pa Ma Jun Ma La Chang Tse Lo Chang Tse Jun Ma Nyun Ma Pa Mo Jian Ne Ge Je Lo Dan Zhan Ma Ji Tian Sun Kong Chu Ji Xie Jie Kai Sar Chi Ba Lin Ne Chung Ma Chang Tse Dong Ge Da Ba Gun Tu Kang Ma Jia Ne Zai Bie Xie Akarma Dong Chan Soba Nam Je Rab Du Che Ve Waram Bar Ma Chang Se Sen Wu Chu Ne Je Je Be Me Chan He Nam Bar Jin Ma Jin Ba Zun Ru Ga Tu She Wa So Ba Sam Tian Ju Yu Nian Ma Chang Se De Yin Ye Be Zuk Turun Ta Ye Nam Bar Jar Be Jo Ma Amalu parur chin be to be jar be se je shin du de ma chang ze du da ra hu ye ge du tang xiu da nam ka kam ma ji tian dun bo xiao ji nian de lu ba me ba go ba nu ma chang ze jia jin me la zang ba long la na zuo wang qiu qiu ma Jung Bo Ro Lang Chi Za Nam Tang No Ji Zuo Jin Du Ne Do Ma Chang Si Ji Jie Jia Dang Bi Jie Pa Ron Chung Gu Ro Rab Dun Ju Ma Ye Kong Yong Jiang Xiab Ji Nian De Men Ban Chou Ba Xin Dun Ban Ma Chang Si Du Rin Ji Gua Xin Bo Du Jie Ba Bu Nam Ban Ju Ma 去界限内着你的点子，这无他们的马律索嘛，强子关脚松松家姐，孙母头个南巴的肩别，马律索进过路关别，让界无界做难中嘛。 强塞拉的个瓦吉别，无见无见成万遍嘛。西巴拉皮杜达拉耶，杜当吉点万顿在嘛。强塞塞耶中没错那，他见过关。嘛，这年的有别也给风看，碰瓦他们见南巴拉着嘛。 强在大把屯不见，见把他们起心顿把嘛。这别处呢，我怕没来，到我的心头我让在嘛。强在嘎尔巴他妹妹的，把边城没问奶奶嘛。也将用功滚那个给，这也不能难不然就嘛。强在是也我拉家给，提前牛年下不接动嘛。传年的见子也给红给，人把顿不难能给嘛。强在的嘛给嘛先嘛，年年的先就有年嘛。说好我们太阳大殿别的块钱不就嘛年嘛。强在国内过那个别，这一路呢รับ顿给嘛。一个就别俺那个别，这个我来做嘛年嘛。强在都来想那大别，红姐南巴拉上年嘛。热面的热汤北京，今天送那有万年嘛。也错南巴拉热大天下南嘛。当然你就非结给头那么六把那些嘛。强在他也做那么点儿不，他们也结的嘛。跟那国家个把季节做他们那眼把心嘛。强在年满的把季别今年不拉我的心嘛。哈拉你就都达拉也，心头着不人的心嘛。强在的你从那个别，西边头当阳那的嘛。东堂若拉诺基所难，军把都来Drupcho你嘛。在为我给多半的堂，强在把你学着去。
Page 22. Homage to the noble exalted Tara. Homage Tara, swift, courageous, eyes that flash as fast as lightning, sprung from Lord Tenrezik's bursting. Lotus heart eyes, ocean of tears. Homage Tara, whose face blends 100 autumn moons at their peak, shining with expanding brightness, like 1,000 stars assembled. Homage Tara, golden mother, hand adorned with a blue lotus, giving effort, diligence, peace, patience, meditation, your sphere. Homage Tara, the scorned one's crown. Your victorious deeds are boundless, relied on by bodhisattvas who have gained every perfection. Homage Tara, filling form, space, desire, Ramzoetu Tara, and womb trembling 7 worlds with your feet able to summon all. Homage Tara, served by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Marud, mighties, praised and sung by hosts of spirits, Zambeaters, centaurs, and yakshas. Homage Tara, with trade and pay, you crush magic wheels of others, your feet pressing left out, right in, blazing in a raging fire. Homage to a very dreadful destroyer of Mara's soldiers, frowning with a fury on your lotus face, you slay opponents. Homage Tara, at your heart you form the mudra of 3 jewels. Your wheel shines in all directions with a swirling sea of light rays. Homage Tara, crown emitting light garlands of jubilant joy, with mocking to Tara laughter. Demons and the world you conquer. Homage Tara, who can summon all the hosts of earth protectors, frowning, scowling with lively hung. You save from every misfortune. Homage Tara with crescent moon, crown all ornaments bright shining. Amitabha in your hair knot, shining with eternal radiance. Homage Tara in a blazing, aeon-ending fire garland, right leg stretched out and left drawn in. Joy surrounds you as you slay foes. Homage Tara, striking the ground with palm, stomping it with your feet, frowning wrathfully, shouting hung. 7 underworlds you shatter. Homage Tara, blissful, pure, calm, you who act from teeth nirvana, endowed with Swaha and Om, you lay waste to the greatest evil. Homage Tara, joy surrounds you as you tear foes' flesh to pieces. Savior is born from Rigpahong, his speech proclaiming 10 seed letters. Homage to stamping your feet, you whose essence is the shape Hung, shaking Mount Meru Mandara, Bindushal and the triple world. Homage Tara, holding a hair, marked moon like a heavenly lake, with twice spoken Tara and paid. You fully erase all poison. Homage Tara, served by rulers of God's Kinaras and Devas, armored in all cheerful splendor. You dispel nightmares and conflicts. Homage Tara, your eyes shining with the light of sun and full moon. You dispel severe contagion with twice Hara and Tutara. Homage Tara, whose 3 natures command peace, creating power. You slay spirits, the walking dead, Yaksha's most exalted Turiya. And this is the praise with root mantra, and these are 21 tributes. Back to page 22. Om, homage to the noble exalted Tara. Homage Tara, swift, courageous, eyes that flash as fast as lightning, sprung from Lord Chenrezig's bursting, lotus heart eyes, ocean of tears. Homage Tara, whose face blends 100 autumn moons at their peak, shining with expanding brightness, like 1,000 stars assembled. Homage Tara, golden mother, hand adorned with a blue lotus, and giving ever diligence diligence, peace, patience, meditation, your sphere. Homage, Tara, thus God one's crown. Your victorious deeds are boundless, relied on by bodhisattvas, who have gained every perfection. Homage, Tara, filling form, space, and desire realms with Tara, and home trampling 7 worlds with your feet able to summon all. Homage, Tara, served by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Marut, mighties, praised and sung by hosts of spirits, zombies, anteaters, and yakshas. Homage, Tara, with trade and pit, you crush magic wheels of others, your feet pressing left out, right in, blazing in a raging fire. Homage to a very dreadful destroyer of Mara's soldiers, frowning with a fury on your lotus face, you slay opponents. Homage, Tara, at your heart you form the mudra of 3 jewels. Your wheel shines in all directions with a swirling sea of light rays. Homage, Tara, crown emitting light garlands of jubilant joy, with mocking to Tara laughter, demons and the world you conquer. Homage, Tara, who can summon all the hosts of earth protectors, frowning, scowling with lively hung, you save from every misfortune. Homage, Tara, with crescent moon, crown all ornaments bright shining. Amitabha in your hair knot, shining with eternal radiance. Homage, Tara, in a blazing, aeon-ending fire garland, right leg stretched out and left drawn in. Joy surrounds you as you slay foes. Homage, Tara, striking the ground with palm, stomping it with your feet, frowning, wrathfully shouting hung. 7 underworlds you shatter. Homage, Tara, blissful, pure, calm, you who acts from peace, nirvana, endowed Vishwaha and Om, you lay waste to the greatest evil. Homage, Tara, joy surrounds you as you tear foes' flesh to pieces. Savior is born from Rigpahong, speech proclaiming 10 seed letters. Homage to Re, stamping your feet, you whose essence is the Shepung, shaking Mount Meru Mandara, Bindu Shalan, the triple world. Homage, Tara, holding a hair, marked moon like a heavenly lake, with twice spoken Tara and pit, you fully erase all poison. Homage, Tara, served by rulers of God's Kinnaras and Devas, armored in all cheerful splendor. You dispel nightmares and conflicts. Homage, Tara, your eyes shining with the light of sun and full moon. You dispel severe contagion with twice Hara and Dutara. Homage, Tara, whose three natures come and peace creating power. You slay spirits, the walking dead, Yaksha's most exalted Turi. And this is the praise with root mantra, and these are 21 tributes.
Tu karanda ve den tu dam ye jam gu wong bar ve tarara wong da re tu re so hai nga je yong kor tu kor wa wong chuo lam ma ye dang ba wen kan zhe cuo tang chang song rei pan zi 而且我着涅巴南界土界藏前来加尔波前波谢拉索他灭界铁蓬南界切堂边就是 天有怒界、极天界、康界、切居拉索别、女盘、中啊、前部、西居当、女土、他界、我在马尔基达维杜的、让给土给昂真拉天。 yang wu zhu 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 sim jian nam la po te tam ji jum dian de me kong pang la gu zhu wei tong qi de la rang ke tu ke sang wu ngang chen la tian ba rei qiu.
Page 30. A green tom, shining brightly at my heart upon a moon, is surrounded by the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, turning to the left and radiating with light. The sublime compassion and blessings of the gurus, yadams, hosts of dakas and dakinis, the rishi sages, and those who have attained a Vijayadhara's life. The longevity and wealth of gods and humans leaders like the four great kings, the potential energies such as the life essences of the animate and inanimate phenomenal realms, and all the vital essences and powers of the four great elements are all summoned in the form of emerald green light and dissolve into the mantra garland at my heart. Rays of light stream forth once again, touching all sentient beings in the 6 realms and bringing them to the state of the transcendent mother. Thus the benefit of beings is fulfilled, and the light returns to my heart, dissolving with the seed and mantra garland.
Om Rutse Ramane Javardhanaye Soha Om Rutse Raman Javardhanaye Soha Om Rutse Ramane 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 Javardhanaye Soha Om Dare Du Re 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 Soha Om da re du re so 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 da re du re so om 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 da re du re so da re du re so om 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 da re re so om da re du 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 so Om da re du re so ha 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 Om da re du re so Om da re du re so ha Om da re du re so ha Om da re du re so ha Om da re du re so re so ha Om da re so Om da re du 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 re Om da re du re so 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 Om da re Om da re du re so 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 Om da re du da re do da re do re so om da re do da re do re so 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 da re da re do re da re do da re do re da re do da re do re so 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 da re da re do re so da re do 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 da re do re so re do da re do re da re do da re do re so da re do da re do re so re do re so re do re so da re do da re do re so dare du dare du 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 re so dare du dare dare du dare du re so dare du dare du re so re du dare du re so dare 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 Dure So Om Nam Dare Dure So Om 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 Dare So Om Dare Dure So Om Dare Dure So 야, 전에 당아주的어디 drama 잡두 마든 저반다 스마자가 신바. 我听的真的，他drama 잡두 마디 그 drama 전 돈 drama 두기스네. 아,他顺着吧家我们一起讨嘛人家做这落下去了哇。看不到哎。
Hello?
Yeah, I know. This, I didn't know the sounds. 看不到哎。
Hello?
原啥？
Magico.
看不上哎。
Tana kala songsan.
他的当阿做的drama 잡두 그嘛刚嘛这样的玩意，那这办到这多，那大家当顺着也不是嘛，从地头嘛这落下去。
So Rupun is going to start a teaching commentary on the 7 verses of supplication to Tara for protection, and it's based on a commentary that is only exists in Tibetan, and he doesn't know the source of that commentary, like who the author is.
他drama 잡두现在他小路个等于了哇，小路个等于他眼中这哇，西南这你是没别，南桥这些哇，说是他马老乡这啥的，
And so it is. So the name of that commentary. So it's first of all, it says that it is in the commentary. It says that it's called seven. We call it 7 taras, and that's because there's 7 verses. And in the beginning, it says that this commentary is a clarification of the meaning of that prayer.
哇，真的巧克上嘛，这种刚米弄，是他巧克上嘛，这块的东半个块米别弄，多结果什么弄着，可是多结果什么这个推做是硬是，但多结什么就话，没东半你同他的科学结果什么的，我真这个推做，他是上什么上嘛什么，真的进去热呗，多是够去。 可是艺术，可是艺术这吧，一码没意思，他一码没意思，我们才写的同他的吧。
And then, so in the commentary, it says, so in the vast expanse of the supreme secret awareness and emptiness that is free from obstruction, unimpeded, in the natural state of the spontaneous perfection of the 3 Vajras. You appear from that space through the yogic discipline of the 3 secrets. And so here these 3 Vajrakayas that refers to that her true meaning is emptiness. And then it says how wondrous, how amazing that samsara is naturally liberated in that expanse.
我同样是，他当你就来是，就来是几天说我就来是可能预备没就头吧， Majute Sanje Tini, Sanje Tini, Kunde Chukun, Korvata Nyangan de Chukun, Yermi de Sanjik, Gusong Mezi Jen Kolo Yen Nation, Rich Tromna, Trobalas, Watan Jitas on Yamakon Sanje Sares, Tasa Yamakon Sanje Sares, Gusong Twitch Mezi Jen Kolo, Yen Nation, Rich Troblas, or Troblas, or Tatimation, Jackson.
Um, and then it says that so there's this great being, the kind of the fully enlightened being of Gyura. And so here Gyura, it refers to Jigten Sumgön because his clan, his family line is called the Gyura line. And so this great being from the Gyura line is enlightened and inseparable from all phenomena of samsara and nirvana. From the very beginning, he abides spontaneously, naturally, and perfect. It says within this sphere of inexhaustible enlightened body, speech, and mind. And so this is a reference to Lord Jigten Sumgön. And so in essence, this is saying that Lord Jigten Sumgön actually has already been enlightened from before.
저동티 줄아서 자 저리 당에만 줄세 무주제 요사로 원 줄세 티 무주티게 무제 요사를 다데 루다고 세 다고 보러 루다고 다고 보나 다고
Uh,
다고
mhm.
어때 니마데 말라미야 본다 송와사 데 야리체 맞아 보나세 티 링킹굴이야 송와사데 맞아 보나세 제도
Rigi min kare, Nakia Poma,
맞아 보나
Makia Pomre.
음
Uh-huh.
와 들어서 손도 되네 다 들을 한 뭔가 봐 저도 공부도 저와 청 살아 다
Mhm.
다와 그스티라 저나 북지 요레 스테 북테는가 효스더라 와 들라도 되네 니마자 다 고야 손 대북트마 다 레시 제他别讲的是像那个自然的我有了，别讲刚把人的我，但是嘛，路上的，咱干嘛叫啥么子啊？这个个哇。
Mhm.
我曾经的我出去jaar前去等候啥的，jaar前去，我这
Getchenshi.
我jaar前去出来的，他出现到我有了哇，
Uh-huh.
这嘛有啥的，前不久有啥的哇，
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
我这出来了jaar前的有啥的，这我这jaar前去我的，这他出去的爸爸的大姑给碰到，
Uh-huh.
可让最近实在可让送的是，这先把这jaar前送一把的。
Uh-huh.
남칼 말 쪼르 와타 쭈라스리아 남칼 말 요로 와타 요라 쪼르스 비라 테 쭈라스 남칼 타모도 마 요고 살와
Uh-huh. Lamodi. Ige.
복세 마 요고 살와
Morang Yiluk Song Yunkin.
마랑 마 요고 살와
Oh. Mhm.
쪼르스디
Mhm.
마 쪼르샤데 와타
Mhm.
쪼르 요비 통다 거기로
Mhm.
쭈라스 와타 테레 쭈라스 와 미주테 테 인두테네 다 자치한 셰다 쪼제 테 코랑 송로와 추제
Mhm.
这口气马头的啥说说啥的，的啥大不啥的，可惜那边做这些的那么多做这，
Oh, ya po Chatu Mosontri Mahlung Song, ra.
可能去不是马头去，先把咱这
Uh,
这件事，
uh.
这
Ini
个要
kong kara chung song.
做这些说啥做这，
Oh.
看啥的，真做这些，我让他提起没就他就来是，就来没就，我这咱几天中午他就没就忙不接了，这几天从他就来是老婆要同大车的，就来是那么
Mhm.
叫出来，这个
Mhm. Um, and so now this term Gyura, so this Jigin Sumgön's family line, the clan line is the Gyura line. And so Gyura, so where does that come from? So it comes from um, um, uh, um, so it's the name of a clan, and then the how this kind of name came into existence was that so a long time ago, generations before Jigten Sumgön was born, there was a person, a man who belonged to what is called the Dru clan at that time, and his name was Daku. And so this person, this man, huh?
konta midis
Huh?
nos
Yeah.
midis ru tapu hu hore sogi se
Oh,
ru tapu kram
Daku.
sogi se ko men
Oh,
hu
Daku Gipura.
hu
Uh-huh.
hore
Book Ming and Kakare Sungana.
Book,
So,
what a book,
yeah, in Digging Ming Kare.
Sogi, not the love, Sogi.
Okay.
Sogi.
Okay. So actually it was so this person Dagu's son. So this story is about a person called Sogi, and Sogi was Dagu's son, and Dagu was kind of the holder of the Drew clan. So his son Sogi, he once had a dream, a very positive dream at night. And so in the dream, he went to a close by mountain called Nagia Bumru. So he
Bomra,
went
Bomra.
Maga Bumra. So he went to that mountain, and at that mountain he met with a goddess, and he had sex with her, and then she became pregnant and told him that she would give him this child 9 months later. And so she asked him to return to that place 9 months later to fetch the baby. And then he woke up. But then he did go there 9 months later. And indeed, a baby came from falling from the sky. But so what happened is that so she threw the baby from the sky. So the Tibetan term gyur actually means to throw. So gyur or gyuras or something that is thrown, so cast, thrown. So it's a family line where that came from being thrown from the sky. So that baby, she threw that baby from the sky 9 months later, and it arrived in this like large vessel, like a vast, kind of a massive basket that had four sides, like four big handles, and then each of these four handles was held by a great king. So that we talk about often those four great kings, and actually three of those four great kings were holding a handle, and then the fourth handle actually then Soge himself he held on to that fourth handle, and so then when then the basket came to the so this he threw the basket down, and then the father caught one of those handles, but then he was not able to catch it really well enough, so he didn't really hold it well, and so when he tried to grasp that handle, actually one of his fingers got cut off. But anyways, the baby came to the ground, and in this way, it came to the human world. And so this is the line that Chitin Sungden comes from. These are his ancestors. So it is the Gyura line where and half the mother is a goddess and the father is again a human being. And so the child was thrown from the sky. And then many generations later, Chitin Sungden then was born in that family line.
Tene tate mandro, te dar matobe lobor ke dreba xian tu nang la riang cang jie bei cui dens, yi chung pu tu ngombar chang chup de se wa, dan jing tian zong sang jie cia de teni na, da sim jian zhong tong tong yang qian cang jie bei ki cui de, yin chung pu la, yin chung pu se cha pu de wa cha pu te ra la, chung yin ngong da sang jia ba chang chup de se.
Mm. And so then that commentary continues. And so then he, Chitin Sungen, then appeared in this world once again, although he is already enlightened, he appeared once again and displayed the manner of attaining enlightenment. Although he had already attained enlightenment before, he demonstrated the manner of enlightenment in the Echong cave. So actually, so he was already enlightened, but to benefit beings, he again showed that act of enlightenment.
tene dan jik tian zong gong te da chung san kam la chung ri te ya yong pang mo chwe gung du la dan ge ma la ma ma bo dian sa jie ta pang mo chwa zo za la ma song ne wo ti za le da ze lo ma lo ka he ti za dan nyam na ten ru chi chu hu nyam na chi te chi zo sam gom som chi wo te chi wo ti jie le ta pang mo chung gong pa nyang ngan de sa ne tene in chung po le guam ja 在刚硬忙不成在内拉错，但那啥忙不在穷，刚硬忙不在程度啊。我提及了，真的，他瞧在进步的话，我瞧了那看不啦，但他说忙不在些谁的是，但他说忙不在些谁，我就听到了，我几岁准嘛，对在些谁的是，几岁准嘛对，没错，开的是，没错，我不是从的，他们几岁准嘛，对是，我在家没错那的，他们。我听对的，这准嘛对些谁，我就提高了，这准嘛接对嘛是顺带了，这前他们进步的体力空，就说话大不了，这是几岁准嘛。
And so then this is how this prayer came into being. So first, Chitin Sungdön, he was born in Kham in eastern Tibet, and he had met with many lamas in his life, but Pamodrupa became his root guru. And under Pamodrupa, he studied the Dharma for many years. He listened, he reflected, and he meditated for many years. And after Pamodrupa passed into Nirvana, Jigten Sumgön meditated extensively in the Echon cave and also endured many hardships, such as falling sick with leprosy and so on. And in the end, he finally realized Mahamudra. And at that time, he saw an assembly of deities directly, and among them were 7 taras holding flowers. And at that time, he offered this supplication to those taras, and so that's these verses now.
我真的假如公派起行，让到假如公派起行，咱们的长辈，我是瞧在进步，他瞧在进步去，写咱们这送节通电吧，他专门接不通达，他瞧在进步，写咱们这送通电有的也是，专门接不写茶吧，可能穷苦了，关键托马的去了，兄弟你7、8种，但今天从我送场面上托马着，可能没啥的话的，我听着送有的也是，他那7、8了送有的也送多。
공기 같이 당보라고 그래.
大概就唐伯那边钱啥的吧，
Mm,
中国人托马斯那多，
mhm.
嗯。
And so then this text became supplication prayer became known as the 7 verses of supplication to Tara for protection or the protectress. And this is supplication that teaches the meaning of the basis, the path, and the result of the clear light Mahamudra. And um, it draws from the enlightened intent of all the Buddhas. And also, it is said to be Jigten Sumgön's very first teaching.
真的，大体17张我这，那咱总张我这了17张我唐伯开始是写的话这样了白吧，这咱总张我去学噻，他到写的话这样了白吧，咱们讲把娘们是呢吧，这个就把咋种把总有的是，俺这写唐伯写的话这让一点吧张，写的个让一点吧，让他出去，这的话这样了爸爸，我俺这了总有的是。
And so then, so this text consists of 3 parts, and that is 3 sections. That is, these are called establishing the ground or the basis through the view, then explaining the manner in taking the path into experience through meditation, and then training in the intrinsic awareness of the result through the conduct. And then so the first of these 3 is establishing the ground through the view. 第送啥的呗？ 第 Gila yang som dua. Di song chare som denzo. Okay. And so those 3, so the ground, establishing the ground through the view consists of 3 parts, and that is revealing the nature of the ground, explaining how delusion arises from it, and actually establishing the view.
我真的脾气在你那了写批了，学那准备贴皮那写批了。
And in our book here, we are now on page 44.
我听到了开始中度像他妈结吧，没别穷人那有几岁他毛这嘛说，他身边滚了在台了嘛，当几块滚来，假比如说中度啊。
And so here the first verse is noble goddess Mother Tara, you dwell in the realm of the unborn Dharma Dhatu, Mother. You who bestows happiness on all sentient beings, please protect me from all fears.
我真的，他就当他妈结完没吧？现在结完没东半年了，东半年赢了，他要么就去准嘛，修有的，我他身边工了他对吧？这年中，偏吧的对吧？中年中的意思，我听对的，他俺几块工的叫做啥做了，大部分我人多提从当中。
Mhm. So to the brief meaning, the concise meaning of this verse is that so the unborn, in the realm of the unborn here refers to emptiness. And so Tara dwells within this sphere of emptiness, and from there she protects all beings and frees them from fear.
我在这对对，在西藏一点把这些地方上坡，西藏在东半年绕来就，是东半年，伊那他这样是哪些对比，就他们第一呢，各种土地上一种的，多这种的上，他各多这些，那就是外面吧，东半年的，中多这些呢，在那插松高方面，各南通，各南通，多这上去，松插松上，多这上去，头这通一米。他都这上去，我这人都这种的上去，他这意思，电你看是什么？电把你工作电把，通谈电把，听你给，只有嘛这是什么去吧，送去就吧，200斤，六七钞票，其实我在现在早上一六七钞票，原天他们去当店的，写了六七钞票，写马在那，但这个是马结完没有在这在马写在马上，这是，下的是。
Mhm. Um, and so then the first point is to the unborn expanse of showing the unborn expanse of all phenomena. What do we call it first? So the so that the nature of the ground or which is the unborn expanse of phenomenon, and so now all phenomena are included within appearance and existence, and all phenomena are primordially pure as the three vajras of body, speech, and mind. And that means the vajra of the body is the empty nature of form, that it is the empty nature of appearances. And then the vajra of speech is the empty nature of sounds. And the vajra of the mind is the empty nature of awareness. And so these are established, these exist equally. And within this ultimate nature, that the two truths are a union without falling into the extremes of either existence or non-existence. So this is explaining the ground, which is the mother. So what we call it the ground or mother. So the ground or the basis is the mother.
他才进去多少那年的，他现在那路做多少从咱上街路个，可乱抢过嘛的，他上街路个，马头那真的，他可别去嘛去的，是可别去嘛去那个的，他可乱抢那个乱干那说，我在马头现在马头呢，他那个那马头从可乱抢是，可乱抢把小件是，可得去他们去个让一头嘛就把这样没别，想嘛些，可得去他们去他特别穷的嘞。他阿妈的姐呢，别瞧不几个了，不这不他妈妈咪不有嘛了，他那个근데 저 탐지 출산 정도 다 제일 좋대. 이제는 마시 시제나 다 마시나 다 됐다 지도레스.
And then, so if one realizes this ground as it is, that is nirvana. So when we realize this ground, we attain it, we become enlightened. But if we do not realize it, then it becomes the basis of samsara. Then we wander in samsara. And since there is not a single phenomenon in samsara and nirvana that doesn't have this nature, so it is the ground of everything in samsara and nirvana. It is called the ground or the mother, because, for example, a child is born from a mother. So the mother becomes the source or the ground of the basis of the child. And there is no a child that doesn't have a mother. So therefore the source or the ground is the mother.
와, 드네, 다 제대로 기체되다. 다 제와요, 말스, 마 제와 미베스라도 제와스나, 제와스는 당보 제요, 말스. 당보 마치라 내도죠, 말에 등강로야, 요 말봐. 와, jen가 내 som탕 제바, 세만 타다, jen가 나는 세만 타다 봐. 도는 미스. 그 초진 동반이, 초진 동반이 지노네스 와데. 초진 동반이 다 논, 초탐지 다 동반이 나는 제용 그러와. 제도 때는 파파군 기비. yom yixin gapa mi ba ji tsu zhul ma shou, so wata yom ga andro ya mi la. Te ji tsu zhul ma shou re, se ta. Te yin du shou de le te, yang se na da ta tongpa ni le, yang de yixin se tongpa ni de yixin du zhe mi bi, xin yin bi la, nero tongpa yin se la, nero tongpa yin se. Wata ne rikpa ta, tongpa gapa mi bi nero de, ta ji tsu zhul ma, che ta ba shi ju ba yin se wa, tong tan bi de ji tsu zhul ma de rik tong yin mi, gapa mi ba, te ji tsu zhul ma la shou sa wa.
Um, and so this, so the ground is unborn, and unborn. Since if it is unborn, it also if it never really arises, then it also can't dwell anywhere, and therefore it also cannot cease. So it is without arising, abiding, and cessation. And that is the expanse of the Dharma Dhatu. So in the expanse of the Dharma Dhatu, the empty Dharma Dhatu, wherein the characteristics of arising, abiding, and ceasing do not exist, in that ground dwells the noble lady Tara. And she's the mother original wisdom that gives birth to all the noble ones. And so here, as a wisdom and expanse or space expanse and wisdom, all of these refer to emptiness, a space of emptiness. And so this shows us the natural state of the ground where space and wisdom are one. And this empty space awareness or wisdom, that is what we call the noble lady Tara.
와, 근데 다 지수 세르네 칼라 제선은 저러는 거 봐. 제선은 저러는. 준선 준보라 그래. 준보선은 다 용문 배 처마 마고 봐. 달라 주파세. 와, 셰바네. 데 지수 저러다 주보된 데 코나 미바, 샹미베 통이서 다 지수 세트. 데 코나 미베 통다레스. 다 상와 초바세 배차제 사르와 데 코나 미바 주 스테 코나 미베 주 남시 다 칸시. 시바 코나 미베 주 세제 라도 시바 데 코나 요 마레스 라쇼사. 원바르 창초 치바보스 원바르 창초부터 냠내치나 원바르 창초 침보 창초바 지그레스 차자 침보 남공 샤자 침보는 차자 침보 공 다대이 공나 샤미 와와서 와다 차자 침보 공 대신 요 말에 송
And she is referred to as Jitsun Dharma, Jitsun Tara. So Jitsun is this term noble here. And this term noble or Jitsun means that there is nothing above, there's nothing greater. And so Jitsun, J actually means like a king or kind of, kingly, divine, like a king. And Jun means totally undefiled by the afflictions. And that is the nature of suchness, the true nature of things. And in the suchness tantra, it says the fourth unsurpassed tantra manifests enlightenment. It is the what we call the meditation of Mahamudra, and there is nothing superior to that.
양 드르마세나 다 드르마시 바데 송진이 나오게 마다베 추 탐지 다 송진이 바 타 송진이 나와제 요라 테 마다베 추텔 조리아 통다레스 조르세나 다 데리 바로 타바토 비아 통다르와 조르 통이데스 데 차찬 틸레세 주제 요사르와 디네 차네 차자 침보 데스 근데 차자 침보 데스 차네 동바 이시 차 동베 이시 데스 자네 쿠르베 추월이 조르스 침보 송조 송전 조바오 송도와 셰베자스
And then the term Tara means is Dharma in Tibetan, and Dharma means liberation. So it means liberation from impure samsaric appearances or perceptions which arise as a subject-object duality. And it is said in a text called the Mahamudra drop. This is Mahamudra, or the Great Seal. So in Tibetan, it is Chakya Chembom Mahamudra, and Chak is the mudra. The Chak, the mudra, is the wisdom of emptiness. Yeah, the seal is to be liberated from the phenomenon of samsara, and Chembo means great, and it means Chembo or great means it is the union of them, the union of this wisdom and then the seal to be liberated from samsara.
tene tedarza kunde nangwa tamji dube choso jo songjo nimi ejeje jaya daba jesu drama chaza chenbo tene wata te kunde nangwa se kunde nangwa de da sen main da shale ro main da shale dube ta cho tamji cho karwana tamji choso jo sen na cho tamji ro de ni sumi ba songjo ni sumi ba 一些阶段，这东北sonjo ni smi be 一些是的再通sonjo中，南通sonjo，北通sonjo中科学的，我这他们这里怕大多要马这边没对的家些，我这边呢就他们大马来西亚的家，大把在接触中嘛现在来抢在进步现在，这是。Yes, nyangen de ba yonten ma dun jung wen is what nyangen de be yonten tam ju sa ta ta song ju te res tenen ko be sim tian gun na pen de ta me zi de be shima is ta shima dong res.
So therefore, so this is the meaning of Chetsun Dharma, or the noble lady Tara, and by which all phenomena of samsara and nirvana are included within her nature. That is Mahamudra. Everything that appears and everything that we label all appearances, all perceptions, are sealed by the great seal of non-dual wisdom. And so this ground is the source of all the qualities of samsara and nirvana, and the ground that bestows inexhaustible benefit and happiness on sentient beings. And so now this ground of which is the non-dual wisdom of union, so that refers to this union of appearance and emptiness, or empty appearances, empty bliss, empty clarity.
我真的这个我等几天从的三等个是天南的话，在公街呢，朝鲜原天估计当地是朝鲜情报，在原天成绩军工中当地中的意思，我这些的朝鲜情报是哪学啥的，我这些中把新头是秋工节那路去年让疫情南巴他呗，演一趟真的，各场一线都这没吧，各一线都这没吧，上去让疫情差不多是现在了，最近差不多，我说这些你不着吧，用的差，就那说你都。 我听中文啥的，看见个那什么去南巴，他是我人大卫，人大卫南湾没被切，人大卫南湾没被切死。我这他们南湾马大些去那出没，南湾马大做偏些要马的谁呢？他俺那做马大自己做个了，他没可能没，同他比我要马的，但是俺那做自己做个了。
And so then it says, so therefore, the Dharma, Chichen Sumgön first said, Chichen Sumgön said, Mahamudra is the very nature of all good qualities. So here he speaks about the ground, Mahamudra, the basis. And then, so the Dharma Dhatu, which is this basis, is naturally pure by nature. It is the natural, pure, the pure natural state of all phenomenon, and it is spontaneously complete as the union of all the kayas and wisdoms. So what it means is that, as we always say, all beings are pervaded by Buddha nature. And there is no appearance that exists beyond this nature. So since there are no appearances that go beyond this nature, uh, all appearances, all that appears is uh, free from arising, abiding, and cessation. So, meaning that there are really no true impure appearances in the actual and of nature of things. This impurity exists only because we grasp at appearances that way. And that quote by Thich Nhat Hanh that comes from the Gongchik.
tene da nero ose ngang tu gu tang yi xin ga hua mi nero ose da chao zhe xin bo kang na gu yi xie sa man ga zhe ya de rang nang rang zhou si rang ke nang rang yi chuan zhe ya ne xin ye ba ci mi ba kang ge long du chang nya be sang ji tam chi yuan tian dian so da sang ji be chang mi ba zhe yuan tian tam chi dian de kang ge long xian na da qi lu kang ge xian ma nang yi zhe da mang bo le ge qian la xiao
And so, therefore, in that state of the luminous, pure nature, the kayas and the wisdoms exist as an unceasing state of natural arising, natural appearance, and natural liberation. So naturally arising and naturally liberating. Then this ground possesses all the limitless qualities of Buddhahood. And these qualities are as many as there are grains of sand in the Ganges River.
真的当年那里嘛在老个乡头什么嘞？真的他在娘俩城里头在去那，但他们写吧错嘛，让我这些他们写吧，他说我在让我做这个的是，他们写吧是他在写吧这里，在写吧这他对吧嘛的忙我吧嘛的他在写吧的啦。在这家娘是呢，是他在做娘是呢嘛呢，这家在我写吧这些呢娘是呢，但是现在见个接娃的，搞话那把种他们去当接娃。 等他们去那等大现在的大给大概的啊，现在也是说从这里把车到的是，我这车的就在我东吧，让一些哇，这南半个方面吧，日本语米吧，他米吧，他妈他那头的是这个的是的，他通家的通济这边用的是他通家通济什么这里，别去这边去的他那头的是，这公家公鸡米片鱼的 course。 chors watan gumji mi pe yul pa chor ne watene ta kanya yi la ma ji sta kanya yi ma ji ba chi ne watene yi ji thang chebe teni sochu ma ji ba lu ba wata lu ba na nyam na chi ko res lu ba sochu ma ji ba ti nyam na chi ne antes long te tang ti so anen ge zi ma lo tene ta chewa samchi thang chewa chermi ta chewa chedin chermi la gora chewa chedo jo ma ta nyamna kangsha ngo song se wata sem nam to khare sha na ngo sing go chore se te ngo sing so na tene ko rangsha rang ro se te chon ro ge song zi thang chewe zimi se wa zimi na ta ziba mi be na la nyam ja shepa juli thang chewe he te was wata shepa juli tamchi thang chede le wati na la te 3만 ziba mi be dong sang yuan se wa sen zi nam to tam ji pa che song dong sang yuan zhe zhe yong shu za ro rang ji de rang ji wo ze wa de ze wo ten ju yo ba wo ten ne nam to song zi mang go ba wo ten ju nang rang wo rang xie ba che ne wo da ten ju chi ko de si rang wo rang xie go da ten si dong zhe sa
Anna de yiga tin nala isko.
men do da bi nam do
Mindra shamba fridwa.
shen ba ngai
Okay.
ga
Okay. Okay. And so then how we when we put that all into actual practice, so and practicing this, the essential instruction is to recognize your ordinary consciousness. And the ordinary consciousness is your present mind, your present consciousness, not your past or the future consciousness, right now your consciousness. That's the ordinary consciousness. And so to practice this, first we must recognize this consciousness. And then from that, from recognizing it, then you separate yourself from all the conceptual elaboration. So you see that when you actually recognize this consciousness, you see that it is something that doesn't arise and it is nowhere abiding and it doesn't ever cease to be. It is without any such limitations. And also, it is free from the existence of a self or this idea of me and I. So when you see your consciousness, you naturally become free from these fixations on me and mine. And when you recognize it, what you recognize is an empty essence that is naturally clear and unobstructed, unceasing in manifestation, unceasingly manifesting. And this awareness, this consciousness has no subject and object. So there is no one who sees and nothing to be seen. And there is no one meditating and nothing to meditate on. There is no subject and no object. So free from all the conceptual no, concepts there's no concept in the mind when you don't fixate on anything. So that is what you must sustain. So you recognize this consciousness, and when you recognize it, you do not mentally engage in anything. So you do not fixate on any idea, but you simply allow the mind to rest in there. And so that is essentially the practice. So the practice is really a practice without action. So and kind of an effortless or an activity free uh, for resting. And in that state, whatever arises, whatever thought may arise within that state, you simply let it be without pursuing it, totally effortless, without activity, without grasping. And then when you just sustain that state, then all fixations, all thoughts to no grasping thoughts that grasp at things to exist a certain way or to be a certain way naturally become empty. And then what remains is just a natural state of emptiness and luminosity. And that is the state that is undefiled from any mental concepts. So first, therefore, you must recognize your own nature directly.
전에 다들 리포트 마주베게 랑로 샤바데라 타메시파시다. 타메시바. 남토 쇼소 남토 파랑이 셰송레 다다 시바제 요라데 소마세. 와데 소마.
Is
와데
Gott gesjocht aus dem Tammergeschäber gechela Karasmusum?
다 남토 파랑이 파셰송나. 남토라
Mhm.
세초나 다 파셰송데 네카트라다 다 다테 시바데라 타메시파스 소마 소마. 서바로. 소마 서바. 와데 소마센 서바로. 와 소마세스. 데네 대 상통 그냥 스나야 다 모인다 지나 책에서 소 상통도 뭐 소냥 스나야 모인다 지에스 근데 단 팡마스는 지수 팡마들 말로 팡마스 체반 파워래 팡맹 뭐래스 파세나 카레스나 파세나 마레 숭지리 코르발린 파바 마레 숭지티 코르바세 숭하는 지바텔린 파소네 파스 파바 마시바 시라 그랑지야 자르지야 랑오시바 어 시라 그랑지 자르지네 랑오시바들 마스 양나 드로르스 드르마라 그라 드르마 제바네 나테 카르세 망가 닝게 망가 안자 가파 미바 닝게 제요로 티제데 닝게 침보 섬jen 통 매미 치바 매바 미바 치바 어때 닝게 카세 마 드로르스르와 마 시바다 동니 닝게 닝보제 다 동니 닝게 닝보제 동니 휴지 도베 동니스 我在同谈吧，开始是心里在旁边准备的，多把去过的是的。所以我听我做的，俺现在旁边准备的，真准备先把这我做这他公司的过什么的，真嘛的，他不我做工作不了点呢，这同他报过去的，他不在先在 차자 신부 망보셔야 또 어떻게 해야 돼? 시간이 가보여 봐. 어때네? 다 줄마 통통 담배 줄마한테 다랑 셈도 그래서.
Mhm. Uh, so then, so these are ordinary consciousness. So there's a different text now. There's a ordinary consciousness also means to recognize the ordinary consciousness means to place your awareness in a natural, uncontrived state that is unaltered, where you just leave it as it is without doing anything to it. So that is this ordinary consciousness. It is left alone, it's ordinary. And then it is also this awareness consciousness is called like fresh or kind of clear and fresh because all thoughts are naturally pacified within it, and so therefore it is kind of fresh and clear. And so one can actually just take this part and make it one's main practice of vipassana or special insight. And then there is an explanation of the meaning of Tara's name. So in Tibetan, we call Parma Dharma. So Parma means like also the noble, or literally Pak means to be superior. So Tara is superior. Superior because there is no clinging to ignorance. So she kind of rises above, like superior. She rises above the subject object clinging of ordinary ignorance that is superior or rising above. And so Pang Ma, Ma is the mother or the wisdom that recognizes its own true nature. And then Dharma is Tara, and Dhar means to liberate, be liberated. And so that is, and Dhar means that her compassion for others is free and liberated. It is unobstructed and free. And free compassion is great compassion. It is the effortless compassion that benefits all sentient beings without bias. So Dur and Ma again, Ma here, the second Ma means the emptiness that has compassion at its core. And so Pamadurma together is the on the ultimate level, the ultimate mother Tara is your own mind. So ultimately you must realize your own mind to be Tara. But then also at the same time, you don't need to think that, well, then there's no point in practicing her as a deity. We still practice her as a deity because actually first we must understand the relative truth. And only on the basis of that can we come to understand the ultimate truth. So, in other words, just to realize Mahamudra right away will be very difficult. But we need to understand that ultimately, we need to understand that Tara is our ultimate true nature of the mind.
드네 다다다 티나 로베차 티나 주라마레스 셰미 관계 지만 레인데 사미 냐미 연태야 통데 소드네 디긴 예베 재미 이행되네 화자 제베 예파 방마고 송도다 예파 성방 요리 좀 주사
Um, and then it says in the Uttara Tantra, um, possessing um, immeasurable qualities more than their sand grains on the banks of the river Ganges. She is inconceivable and incomparable, the stainless expanse of all the Buddhas, and has abandoned all faults along with their habitual tendencies.
드네 다 심리 기랑지 때 넘버 조바 참지 다 제대로 초지 인생나라 또 초지 인생나 초크세나라 초지 인생 지바나 그래도 초크세스 초지 인생 초크산 지바리다 자타 춤구 노에
Hmm?
드라 노에
Paradok.
심리 랑지 넘버 타바 초
Yeah.
조바 참지 다 제반데 초지
Uh-huh.
초지 인생 초크레스와
Mhm.
어때? 자다 춤구 현양 직파 참지래 첨바점 줘버지. 어다 두개잖아 찬스로. 어다 뜻을 납쇼사. 제당 알아서 제 네 나사 노반자 먼저 뭐지? 단 직파 침보지 유로 실라 뭐지 용거와.
Das geht zu tschetschen, der Chancellor, oder? Mhm.
만도 첨바점 좀지
Mhm.
두개잖아 찬스로 센도에.
Mhm. Mhm.
대연사 말다.
Das ist
칼라
schön, weil du das ist gut.
칼라
Mhm. Mhm. Ist gut. Der, die, kann aber die,
대도
die, die Chugi Yingola,是送给我的，这波给干不了，看的时候的，die, 看了什么都，
아네 다테스 텐사 당이 하고서
嗯
야야 되네 지금我这天是给弄是多少的？那他这到三几把米吧，现在秋天是秋可以，三几天种子种啥的吧？什么吃
mhm.
吧？他炸有了，就打几块钱价数是种是吧？我这样都炸的，但穷鬼几块有了，几块他们去他养的千把怎么叫出去的？千把怎么叫？这可是现在俺俩做打这样啥的，这俺做老板忙不见用个了。你那啥让我他在日满你的东几块钱不记得就是加不了才那个吧，这了说，但几块提长嘛，他开始呢，想喜欢呢嘛多的呢，真的这几块提长嘛用口啥的，他想喜欢要不你们那是那的呢，真的几块钱提长，他让一口他叫不着口的，这车的有啥的，我这车嘛多的，俺做跟俺们不在车学了哇，这了
Mhm.
对个，我这几天中午听说中午啥的，
Mhm.
嗯。
Um, and so regarding abiding within this unborn nature, so Jiten Sumgön has said that everything within that nature, all phenomena are equal, all are the same, all forms or sounds, everything is totally equal. And there is no fear. So by by only thinking of her or of that nature, unborn nature, one can become free. One is protected from all kinds of fear. So we often speak about the 8 or the 16 kinds of fear, for example, sickness and so on. We encounter all kinds of fears and harms in our lives. And actually, all of these arise because the mind cannot remain in peace, so peacefully. If the mind can stay calm and in peace, then we also would not experience these kinds of fears, or we actually would naturally be protected from them. But we have separated ourselves from it.
我这是的话，用是差别这个是哇，在这样的垃圾的，用是差别这个的，对，烟汤让一那把的哇，
Or,
对的哇，
uh,
对对了，
Yingdang Rangshin Neba, huh?
烟汤让一那把的了，我讲的就是话，现在在西我的就是话有嘛的是，人家他上年的切怕有嘛的是，现在咱们这个草嘛，年配种子也都觉得，我那现在有嘛的是。原天做小做就嘛是，中午爬这都就嘛，原天做小做就，多嘛的原天当你一点是吧？但原天给当你这是，你那他这样，等于拉小的这个这个嘛的，俺那做啊，你们嘛经常用个嘛的吧？
Mhm.
嗯，
So therefore, there is no difference between anything in essence. There is no real distinction of good or bad in the pure Dharma Dhatu. The pure Dharma Dhatu is always unchanging. So there is nothing. Everything is of equal nature, and there is no change within that state. And therefore, there are no faults to remove, and there are no qualities to add to it, to that ground, um, the ground path and fruition. So its primordial nature is the essence of all perfect qualities. But then, of course, just saying that or knowing that alone is not enough. We also need to practice. If we don't practice, then we will not recognize that.
我真的就那么弄多，你这了在家这样没下班下班就是没养大， nila yangda number 2 sendo that malo exactly.
And then it is said in the Uttara Tantram, in this, there is nothing to remove and not the slightest thing to add. Reality should be seen as it is, and whoever sees this reality is liberated.
我等那些种，等那咱让起去南巴差呗，但是现在让起南巴差不了，现在推的有吧的，咱这边样，最近那路，他说我出去了，南巴车是吧？咱这边听上去那的呢，咱们那这边那听你说那路，他说我出去个意思，其实让起这边推开老晚那我了，身边那边呢是弄事不当我样做吧的，另外我们把那把讲话上通话引起，可别动啊，咱西其他不做学啥了吧？别像身边那边看到了。别像那买的，他吃完嘛不要了，第长毛穷了，写对吧？一般人不提，就经常来是。我这门把那破解给那我呢，第四我这穷了，他就那是老就给咱说那是在上街用天在一万，老就咱现在老就咱是一万，我真这么说噻，哪怕讲话没人去，可别动啊，就话接吧，我但可别动啊，接话接呀，我这是上写的些人不提，突然是，这边可别接话接嘛来是。양양 대변 둔바 원양양 단진 대변 둔바 대주라 만나 요사데 동년 봐 와서서 참말라 다 대시 대발이 마티 레스 타나 차 세나다 인게 미비게 잡혀서 차 장기에서 랑 후다 안세바 요레 스테인치 다시 가르쳐 그 개발 제총만 때문에 셰세데 요데서 와다 셰세리 총들레 시 대발이 페님 보세리
Um, so therefore, okay. So that very nature, which is naturally pure, when on the ground, when that is taken as the path, then the result is the manifestation of that same nature. So if one practices, one remains with this basis, with this ground, then the result, I mean, the path and the result are naturally liberated. So one is naturally freed. And so then by the power of that ground existing in this way, even if temporary appearances arise, any virtues any virtues of goodness that arises is like the blessing. It becomes a blessing of that natural state, or we can say a blessing of this Buddha nature, like a natural existing blessing. For example, like a cool breeze in the hell realms, or seeing a glimpse of light in darkness, and so on. So all of these are the enlightened qualities of your own Buddha nature. And so from this, from seeing this, samsara is brought to an end. And so, for example, when you see a light in the dark, or a feeling of weariness with samsara, a virtuous feeling arises, a striving for nirvana, and so forth. Even the love that a hawk or a wolf feels for its offspring, and so on. All of these are expressions of your Buddha nature.
我真的去了嘛？那所以多等于这了学嘛的，我看的上节看明那是看的，他上节对话一篇看的明啊，都了就我们就是在东亚才了就我这个嘛的是，可是东亚了说吧，这说了就我这个嘛的是，两眼的人对吧？我两眼的人对吧？有嘛的是，童年没吧没办就是说的童年自己用个嘛的，上节看的明啊。
And then also in the Uttara Tantra, it says that if there were no Buddha nature, there would be no sadness with the suffering of samsara. There would be no wish for nirvana. There would be no aspiration or longing.
我这些种是真的敲在前部的，对面的就夏天那开始种是，真的敲在前部的是，那敲在前部的是，那上节工具，上节他们过的是，那原天他们去写的，但原天他们去特别穷过的是，真的累起了，但有可能的原天上去累起差不多有的是。
And then it is said in the the Mahamudra Tantra, the non-abiding Mahamudra Tantra. It is Mahamudra. It is the form or the kaya of all the Buddhas. It is the ground of all qualities. So it is where all qualities arise from, the source of all good qualities, the place where all qualities are spontaneously accomplished.
我写中这把当时在写原天他们一当你，让我写别个呢，当下落可吧，什么叫落出为里头，这趟东啊，用弄抽别可别那里，过来夹不住写别东西我的，同他把钱那夹不夹就不车讲是我的，但娘来没那夹不过去了，但娘来我那就不夹就不当车的，是嘛他娘个吧，其实嘞，这当中是我的，这种有点过也不错嘛的，嘛他娘个吧是呢。 통탄 바양데 다 접지 다 제도레스
Okay. Okay.
제 접이야 다 제시로
Eine
제
Gruppe,
제디 요레스 제장스 그때 냠내 미나 다 제자 시원 시 샤는 사로 시 뭐 마시나
mhm. Um, so then it says, therefore, when one recognizes this ground, this source, the nature of all qualities, so in order to recognize this ground, we make this prayer, please protect us from all fear, all the fears of samsara. And so we as sentient beings who are temporarily corrupted by delusion make this prayer. Although in the ultimate truth, ultimately, there's actually no protector and no one to be protected. But so the protector and the protected exist from the side of, again, ordinary and of unrecognized and unrealized experience. So ultimately, there is no protection and no one to be protected, but only if one actually recognizes that and practices. If there's no practice and no recognition, then one does not recognize the natural state, and then so then this ultimate becomes simply a concept, but there's no real protection if one doesn't recognize the natural state.
真的大技术行动真上面，真的地球上一起
So now we stop here for today and we continue tomorrow.
啊，那这不对，把事情当过啥的呗是，
Do you need to take a break?
yeah maybe 10 minutes. yeah, that in a 2节前听这上你说就
Lasso. Yeah, Lasso, Taninchiong. Yeah, see you tomorrow.
tomorrow 10 o'clock.
Tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Yes.
之前。Yeah, okay. so. Om dare du re so ha. Om dare du re so ha. Om dare du re so. Om dare du re so ha. Om dare du re so ha. Om dare du re so. Om dare du re so ha. Om dare du re so ha. Om dare du re so. Om dare du re so ha. Om dare du re so ha. Om dare du re so ha. Om du re so ha. Om du re so ha. Om du re so. Du re so. Om du re so. Om du re so. Om du re so ha. Om du re so ha. Om du re so ha. Om du re so. Om du re so. Du re so. Du re so ha. Du re so ha. Du re so ha. Du re so. Om du re so ha. Om du re so. Du re so ha. Om du re so ha. Du re so ha. Om 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 Soha Om Dare Tu Re Soha Om Be Gane Da Zhi Da Hong Bie Om Se Ba Wa Shu Da Sarva Dharma Su Ba Wa Shu Do Dong Be Gang Le Om Le Ren Bo Chi 怒阳先家切为南头，我们阿空修瓦雷穷，拉子来卓别多尔玛唐心托花美巴上面多用爱，让人头修。
From emptiness arises Om, from which appears a wide open jeweled vessel. Therein are Om, Ah, and Hum, melting and transforming into a pure and unimpeded torma, composed of celestial substances, and having the nature of the five undefiled sensory delights.
Page 33, 33. Om Abho Aryara Dare Sabare Vare Argam Badinza Soha Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Badinza Soha Om Aryara Dare Sabare Vare Bube Badinza Soha Aryara Dare Savare Vare Duvan Bardin Soha Om Aryara Dare Sabare Vare Aloge Bardin Soha Om Aryara Dare Sabare Vare Gende Bardin Soha Aryadare sapare vare nevede bardenza so Aryadare sapare vare shabda vare Orvale Roradare Mahadudara Ji Joro Adere Nava Namle Ror Mayom La Chansarado.
Om, you are the mother, Tare, who liberates us from samsara. With Tutare, you free us from the 8 fears, and with Ture, you save us from every disease. Homage and praise to the Savioress, Mother Tara.
Choji Durmande Ye La Ne Jurda Chan Kurchi Che Ne Me Se Tang Wang Chu Tang Jaya Cha Tang Garwa Sang Long Chu Jia Chen Gui Tun Zu Xie Tang Ji La So Bai Li Jie Mu Zhu Da La Zu Tam Se Jian Ji Da La Song 我这根结东着走，对面些当内南当，东堂给那些巴拉当，门南前堂前马耶，接天眼巴拉梅巴拉走，今天的黑罗来吧。这南北新春白吧的来咱见着吧他。
Accept this Torma offering and grant us yogins and our retinues good health, long life, power, glory, fame, good fortune, and every great enjoyment. Please bestow the cities of the 4 activities, such as pacifying and increasing. You, endowed with Samaya, please protect me. Help me to attain every accomplishment. Prevent untimely death, illness, evil spirits, and impediments. Eliminate bad dreams, ill omens, and nefarious deeds. May this world be filled with happiness and abundant harvests. May crops increase and dharma spread. May perfect goodness and all of our wishes be fulfilled.
This valuable page 3 English, page 3 English.
I appear as the Yidam deity. From the seed syllable at my heart emanate Ram, Yam, and Kam. Fire, wind, and water burn, scatter, and wash away the faults and defects of the Torma. Above wind and fire is a hearth of skulls. Above that is a vast and spacious skull filled with the 5 meats and 5 nectars. The 5 meats are marked with Om, Hong, Tam, Shri, and Ah, and the 5 nectars with Mam, Lam, Bam, Pam, and Tum. A wind of Hong emerges from the nostrils, blowing, stirring, and lighting the fire, which melts and boils the substances. The defects bubble over, and the pure essence fills the skull to the brim. Above a moon disk lid, Hung, Ah, and Om are stacked one above the other. Lights radiate from these and gather nectar, which merges with the syllables. The 3 syllables and moon disk melt into light and dissolve into the nectar. Thus it transforms into an ocean of wisdom nectar.
Om A Hum Ha Ho Re Om A Hum Ha Ho Om A Hum Ha Ho Re.
Light radiates from the seed syllable at my heart, inviting the Lama, Yidam, and Dakinis, the protectors and guardians of the Dharma, wealth gods, guardians of the directions, local spirits, obstructing spirits, karmic creditors, and the 6 classes of beings, who then gather before me like billowing clouds.
Om Benza Argan Badin Bube Dube Aloge Gende Neved Shabda Badin Zaso.
According to their ranking order, these guests partake of the torma with light tubes emerging from their vajra tongues, and thus are pleased and satisfied.
Om A Hoi Chen Chen Sa Vi La Ma Tang Chu Gua Dur Jin Chang La So Wang No Me Ga Dan Ba Tang San Yin Ju Bi La Ma Na Xie Xie Ru Shin Ka Ra Ma Ka He Co Co Zhib Jiang Qiu Tu Ba Sur Wan Deb Su Tu Jie So 我们阿婆耶达玛恰丘南觉罗塔南觉罗南美吉杜贝典吉杜桑吉吉塔阿玛那玛呀居玛塔典谢拉索加贝拉谢出让江三年。耶当今可罗将去做，谢谢若先卡那么卡耶。Men tu digre soda ne ngoro nam ni za tu soro Om a ho tam chen jan su tu to jen ben gong cha xie cha ron ce cha ru ku ye hui ma nai da yong la son gun bu so den song chu 蒙那将之哈拉那心胸心中拉布拉贝哈拉诺杰森马拉索，求穷苦切多尔玛当，谢谢若心卡拉玛卡耶。花季内东扎给主多杰罗蓬古塞森，求当登巴松心别。大开三东着不然走，我们爱朋那玛托现在巴拉，我见那大婆婆那梦见他安在马拉塔，谁见他见呀苗吉。求吉图贝的耶耶，谢谢罗先卡拉姆开。求天龙求贝尔波兰族，我们阿婆拉律萨格拉加尔钱仓，求松就说藏日节，边宫定求藏爱错，求金图贝多尔曼的。 xie xie ru xin ka ra ma ka he war chi so lan tu qian zhou wo mu ai hu nam sa war su ma chu chu ru ye xie da niu ma ra ne nam tang che pa ra yu ne de da ke da bu kur che dur man de xie xie ru xin 耶，大东去见着不然走，往往爱朋给当年真君不他，连恰不龙相空他，刚引去见都是满的，谢谢着。卡让卡嘿，那什么些那边什么节，那家乡幸福龙过。相公他今过了完走，我们那阿婆这周三前他也。就近推外多了嘛的，谢谢若心卡让卡嘿，让对我来做些呢，偏的像什么的就这。
Ho, please consider me. Ho, please consider me. Ho, please consider me. Glorious Vajra guardian, great black one, Heruka, glorious great Bhairava. By nature you are one with Dharmata. In essence you are the same within primordial wisdom. In character you are equal in unhindered activity. Hero who defeats all unfavorable circumstances, you are the foremost Lord of all appearance and existence, and all gods and demons, wrathful local guardian, great leader of activity of oppressors, invincible sovereign of radiant splendor. You protect awareness-holding yogins as if they were your own children, and you assess the absorption of oath-bound practitioners. You are endowed with the radiance of peace, the splendor of increasing, and the power of magnetizing activity. You are swift in activities of liberating savage foes and hindrances. Your mighty skill in protecting the teachings is sublime. Powerful Lord with the name, the one endowed with mighty Vajra wrath, great warrior God of yogins, please heed me. Please dwell in this holy shrine of enlightened body, speech, and mind of myself, the yogin called Vajraheruka. Please act to conquer the dread of the four maras and all obstacles along my path of supreme bliss, whereby I will accomplish unsurpassed awakening. Please cause me to encounter the Samadhi companion that will guide me on the authentic path. Until I attain awakening, help me to never deviate onto mistaken paths with body, speech, and mind, and cause my mind to turn toward freedom and awakening. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. May God, spirits, and humans be brought under control, and at all times and in every circumstance, may enlightened activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As you are the glory and protector of all wandering beings, please perform activities to grant supreme and common cities without obstruction and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with wrong views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and prevail. Ma Shri, by the power of your compassion and previous aspirations, Mother Achichoki Droma, arise from the Dharma sphere and look upon me from the space of primordial wisdom. Miraculously descend upon this activity mandala. Mother Achi, Lady of Nanam, powerful Dharma Tara, Wisdom Tara, Samaya Tara, magnetizing goddess, flesh-eating Karma Dakini, noble lady, Tashi Seringma, Mio Lop Sangma, Terkar Drut Sangma, Tengi Shel Zangma, Enchupen Du Sangma, protectors of the lineage forefathers, protectors of frightful hermitages, protectors with Samaya who pledge to protect the teachings of the Kagyu lineage. Your luminous wisdom never fades. Your compassion never withholds. Your blessings are never far, and your power is unobstructed. All of you, bless us yogins and our retinues through your enlightened body. Bless us through your enlightened speech. Bless us through your enlightened mind. Bless us through your enlightened activity. Bless us through your enlightened qualities. Bless us through your enlightened activities. Act so as to conquer adverse circumstances and the dread of the four maras. Please cause me to encounter the Samadhi companion that will guide me on the true path. Thus, until I attain awakening, help me to never deviate onto mistaken paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn toward freedom and awakening. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. May God, spirits, and humans be brought under control, and at all times and in every circumstance, may enlightened activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As the glory and protector of all wandering beings, please perform activities to grant supreme and common cities without obstruction and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with wrong views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and prevail. Jaya,
Jaya Siddhi Siddhi Bhava. Hoi Jarve Gasung Durje Na Puche Yin Dur Jurve Yum Son Le Jien Gong Charo Don Son Sing Don Kan Zhu Ji Kan Zhu Zhou Dan Yun Zi Kur Jien Gong Xie Xie Ming Qian Ma Ning Da Yong Tang Che Jie Yum Kur Pa Nya Chen Tang Jie Bar Jien Gong Pu Dun Che Zan Nga Tang Na Hu Dong Tang Xia San Bom Jie Cui Ma Mu Chi Va Kang Zi Nu Ji Che Po Nya Le Ji Cha Qian Sam Lien De A Che Chu Zhu Le Ji Zhun Kur Chi Zha Xie Cen Rei Mong Na Jam Zhi Tang Ha Ra Ming Xin Jia Xian Nam Tu Zi Zam La Re Nga Ri Ji Nu Ju Ma Xin Xiong Ya Yong Sa Du Ra Hu Lai Jia Xian Gu Nga Nu Ji Yang Le Pe Tam Qian Sang La Sang Pa Gen Nian Xie Ji Tian Gun Bu Dian Zhong Nam Lai Qie Tian Da Lu Ya Jie Jian Zai Tang Nan Tian Gu Song Zhen Qian Mian Dian Sang Va La Du Hong Kur Dian Bi Zi Nian Zhu Du Yong A Ta Ren Qian Du Zha Xie Zi Ta Zha Hu Nian Zhu Ta Ring Ma Ju Zhou Men Ra Dur Ma Ya Cu Zhu Men Ta Za Ren Qian Kun Cong Sui Ku Gu Sang Wei Ju Ren Ju Wa Dian Zi Gu Jian Bie Ye Xian Qiu Bie Cui De Song Dam Qian Jian Cui Cu Lan Bu Su Lun Ju Dun Bu Lun Ji Ju Jie Du Dam Gang Wu Tam Se Nyam Jia Gen Chue Sur Jun Ji Bie Xie Dong Jie Zhu Bie Da Xiong Zhi Len Wu Tun Zu Ga Dang Dian Song Kur Dai Kan Sai Zhong Bie Dang Cha Nian Bai San Sun Cha Dang Bie Zha Su Nu Bie Ge Gong Tu Hua Jie Jian Dang Jie Ga Bo Tong Do Je san tong na chu xin zhuo baran zu je gen sum gu chu je ren je ye zhuo den ba sa jian xia baran zu chung gu ga song dian si gan chu na tam jian song me ni tie ze wei zhong ne jur jur ve che le zhuo baran zu sang jie dian song guan zhuo wen ban du gen du de zhong ne jur zi pe nian bei zai jia zha bei zong hu nan guo tang lang ju ji ba ni de mi lang zu ji bei lu tu de mei la yan zi de mo jie wa zang na ba ra da du nian bei dam tu xin zhe yan ge bei na dang mei zhe yan se guan jun zi fen zi zhen ba zang lu la ren jiang de wa ku ne ju ye la nan ba ra ru bei ding zi jie sa me de nam yang ba ra zu ju su ru ju 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 ru ju de na tu zi ma zhong zi dong jie wa ran zu qi su lam chang qu li bu suan su qi su lam chang qu li zhun dong zu zha jia chung ku ce wa ju an do na sam dong yi xin zhuo ba tang da tang ta yi sim jian tam qi jie la mi zu bi chang qiu zhuo ba la jian ni ji ma lu xie wan zu du jian ma lu lu jie zhuo ba ran zu jie gang jie yi la zhen ba zam jie na wo ruan zi wan zi ba ye song ma ye ye nu ru chi nam jie da ge zam dong ma lu zhuo ba Getting data tracks, page 36. Page 36. Ma jur yong se ma zhu ta da lu mong bei wang ke ne nong ba gang ji sun zu lai ngo zhe tan bai zuo ba rei.
As you pardon any flaws that have occurred due to limitations, lack of skill, or my own delusions, you will certainly reward me with true cities.
O Aryara Samaya Manabala Aryara Dino Paradi Chandru Me Baba Sudukayo Me Baba Subukayo Me Baba Anuradu Me Baba Sarva Siddhi Me Parai Sarva Garma Sutsa Me Zedamai Am Guru Hong ha 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 hu bang ha me saru gata gata ma re ma arya dare ma samaya sadhu om arya dare samaya man balaya arya dare din o bara di chan zhe zhu me wa me ba wa su bu ga yu me ba wa anu ra du me ba wa ra se de me ba ye sarva karma su za me ze guru hum ha 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 ho manga and sarva da thanga tha arya dare ma man arya dare ma samaya sadhu arya dare samaya man balaya Arya dare dinno barara de chan chu me baba Sudu kayo me baba subu kayo me baba Anuratu me baba sarva siddhi me barai Sarva karma sutsa me zedam yam guru hum ha 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 ho banga sarva tatanga aryadare mamam aryadare asamaya sadhu aryadare sabare pare argam badin zaso dare sabare vare badin badin zaso om aryara dare sabare vare bube badin zaso yara dare sabare vare dube badin zaso Aryara dare sabare vare aloge barden zaso Aryara dare sabare vare gende barden zaso Aryara dare sabare Vare neve de vare zaso ayara dare sabare vare shaba La ta la me jo pen jen sha bie pen mo la du te pon wa gun le zhun zi ma zhur ma yom la chang za lo la de wo ba re tam chi la xin du gun jie chang ni jie lu tu ba ye nam gu tu jo de te bie chang sa ra
Homage and praise to the exalted Mother Tara, who liberates from all misfortune, and at whose lotus feet all devas and asuras bow their crowns in reverence. I continually bow with my body, multiplied to match the number of atoms in all of the realms. I extol and prostrate with utmost devotion to all those worthy to be praised.
Jesu jumden de ma tu ge jen da dan ta ye sem chen tam chi je zhem nie xiang shen zong ni nyo zo de zo be sang je to baran zi tu zo te ma tu je se rab gun tu yang la dam me ye de be cho to ne tam chen chen bara zhu bara chi ba la par chi dong ge ren ta ne la tu me che va chur va na so ta me nam ngen ta se ma ngen ba ta se va na na tu she she me ba ra zi tu so ji tian le ne de ba ye zhe xi de le bu su men so ba na 表现级别同那马勒巴，别米绿切着不然最多说，着不了总心他们就别了吧当， du cho Mataye Tony Tonto Chansim Ramboje Yarmonda Daram Perkin Jibara Hajar Bejin Korosan Shin Gawada Bemotam Bashin Dunzeleje Nayan Daye Javango Somba Long Tempa Yanda Kete Tokyo Dake Tera Gune Robe La Tu Son Sanji Gunjin Chenema Wanjang Shi Je Jia Yi Nyur Ye Ba Yum Jiro Be Na Be Zha Shi Gu Ye Zhong Bang Chen Tang Be Ji Den Song Ge Zhong Bang Ga La Ben Ke Yang Toge Jomban Xie Da Da Jian Zha Xi Bian Ba Aye Zha Xi Xiu.
Page 39. Exalted, transcendent Lady of Triumph, compassionate one, please remove the two veils of endless sentient beings and myself. Let us complete the two accumulations swiftly to reach complete awakening. Until that is achieved in all lifetimes, please remove and pacify at once all obstacles, evil forces, epidemics and diseases, the various conditions leading to untimely death, bad dreams, ill omens, the 8 fears, and all harm, so that I may experience the highest joys of gods and men and attain omniscience, expanding and increasing the auspiciousness and perfect goodness of this world and beyond. Let all goals without exception be accomplished effortlessly and spontaneously. May I be diligent in practice, and may the sacred Dharma thrive. Let me gaze at your exquisite face as I continuously practice you. Let me realize the truth of emptiness, and let precious bodhicitta blossom and expand like a waxing moon. When I am born from a divinely beautiful and sacred lotus in the victor's excellent and joyful mandala, may Amitabha, the Buddha of infinite light, directly reveal his prophecy, and may I strive to attain it. O Goddess, whom I have practiced throughout all my lives, Mother of the enlightened deeds of all the 3 times Buddhas, blue-green with 1 face and 2 arms, you are the swift subduer. May the auspiciousness of the mother holding an Utpala be present. Mother of the victors, Tara, may I and others become just like you in form, retinue, lifespan, pure realm, and excellent noble signs of perfection.
Guye Jomban Guye Zhaxi Jimmi Chuji Gu Zongke Zhaxi Tam Chu Du Si Zha Toke Zhaxi Nyam Nin Chu Wa Mi Yun Tian Zhaxi Zhou Zhou Nen Nen Zhen Chen Nen Zhaxi Zun Min Hu Jie Zhuo Ni Yang Zhaxi Zhen Yang Zhaxi Xiu May
the auspiciousness of the Dharmakaya's unarisen form prevail. May the auspiciousness of nectar speech, the sound of holy Dharma, prevail. May the auspiciousness of the unconfused, impartial mind prevail. May the auspiciousness of qualities that liberate the 6 kinds of beings from samsara prevail. May the auspiciousness of spontaneous, effortless activity prevail. May there be auspiciousness at day and auspiciousness at night. May there be auspiciousness and goodness always, day and night.
Ya yellow boat, PG 37, ya Judy, somebody persuade names here, ya Amitabha. Little Puri Sumatra 37. De qian xin tu chu jin ku lu gu ru sem jian nam la da du tu ji se tam jia ji yin zhu bi tong zi ba nam ta nyam yan zi la chan sa lo.
In the realm of Sukhabati, you turn the wheel of Dharma, gazing on living beings with all your compassion and acting for their benefit just as you vowed. To Amitabha, resting in meditation, I pay homage.
Om Ame Deva Re, 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 Om Ame Deva Re. Ame Deva Re, 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 Ame Deva Re. Ame Deva Re, 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 Ame Deva Re. Ame Deva Re, 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 Ame Deva Re. 피제 총지상에 대화진 피 에마호 원사상제 나만다에 당 예수 조워 두제 전보여당 아용드 선반드 전토나라 상제 장선 방민 고제고 대지 원사 바드 메바예 대와젠시 샤베 신감데 하다젠데네 셈보 줄마다 제와 현제 하르마 주바 하데르제네 난테 현통 쇼디케 다케 모난다바예 아조제 상제 장센 탐제제 킹민 조바라 진제 라드조 디아타 벤젠제야 바람보다 나의 소하 에마포에 원사상제 나만다에 당 예수 조워 두개 전보당 용드 선반드 전도나라 상제 장선 방민 고제고 대지원 사바드 메바예 대와젠시 자외신 감들 센데네 센보줄마다 제와 현제 하르마 주발 아테르제네 난테신 통쇼디키 나게 모난다반디 쇼주 상제 장센 탐제제 갱민 조바라 진제 랍드즈 대야다 벤젠제야 와람보다 나야 소함.
Emaho, in the center is the wondrous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. To his right is Chenrezig, the Lord of great compassion, and to his left is Vajrapani, the Bodhisattva of great power. They are surrounded by an inconceivable number of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Limitless peace and happiness is the pure land of great bliss. As soon as I and others pass from this life, unhindered by another samsaric birth, may we be born there and see the face of Amitabha, boundless light. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, through your blessings, please accomplish this aspiration without hindrance. Teyata Pansandriya Hala Bodhanaya So.
Page 14. 14. Page 14. 14. Sonam de tamchi saiba ni tomne nye pe jana pamje de jega na che balon choba ye zeben solen joba jorwa sho apande zabe la marembo che da ke nye kara be me den yone Gaji Kun Boi Gun He Je Song Shen Gu Song To Je Ngo Ru Za Tu Sur La Ma Gun Kan Sang Mara Sur Wan De Cho Du Gu Che Ren Mara Sur Wan De Che Ne Tar Shin Je Bara Sur Wan De La Ma Dang Je Wa Jin Je Lo Sem Chen Ne Ba Chin Ye Bar Nyor Tu Ni Le Tar Jur Je Do We Ni Ne Ma Lu Ba Da Du Jung Wa Mi Bara Sho Zo Na Du Pian De Yen Tu Jin Dang Kur Dang Je Nang La Tsen De Zan Bie Tong Zhuo Ne War Qi Xian Ne Chu Yi Ba San Ba Chu Xin Zhuo Ba Ra Xiu Ge Wei Kam Song Sim Qian Tang War Du Qian Bi Cin Di Nang Ne Ngen Len Ba Bang Ji Ne Tu Ri De Wa Tu Ba Ra Xiu Jian Ba Ra Ba Wei Qi Ta Ran Qian Ba Tang Sang Bu Ten Yang Te Yin De Te Da Gun Ji Je Su Da Lo Jian Ge Wa De Da Tam Ji Rab Du Ngo Tu Song Ye Pe Jar Ba Tam Ji Je Ngo Wa Kong Lan Cho De Nga Ba Da Ge Ge Wei Za Wan Di Kun Jiang Sang Bu Jo Che Rab Du Ngo Wa Rai Qi Ha Sang Ji Gu Song Ni Bie Qian Lam Tang Ha Chu Ni Men Ju Ru Dian Bie Qian Lam Tang Ha Gen Du Me Qian Du Wei Qian Lam Ji Che Dara Ngo Xin Mo Lan Zhu Ba Ra Xiu Guan Cho Som Jie Dian Tang Sang Jie Tang Jiang Chu Sen Ba Tam Ji Jie Qin Jie Lab Tang Su Ni Yong Su Zuo Bi Nga Tang Qian Bu Tang Chu Jie Yin Rang Ji Nam Ba Ra Ta Jin Sam Jie Me Cha Top Jie Ti Ti Xun Tun Zhuo Ba Ra Chu Ru Jie Da Tang Kun De Tam Ji Jie Tu Sum Tu Sa Ba Tang Yu Bi Ge Wei Za Wan Di Da Tang Sim Jian Tam Ji Nyor Tu Lan Na Me Zuo Wei Chang Chu Ren Bu Qie Tu Ba Ra Chu Ru Jie Ga Ju La Man Chu Song Ye Dang La Kan Zhu Chu Song Dian Tu Qian Lab Ji Na Gan Zun Na Ni Pie Ren Lo Qi Chu Si Gong Ne Tar Xin Ji Ba Tang Men Du Nye Pie Ce Wa Kang Dang Yang Xie Xin Zha Xi De Lei Pun Cuo Xiu Kare ra ve gor ve shen kam su Pian tang de wa ma lu jung ve ne Jie ren zi wang din zi jian su ye Xia pi sin te war tu dian jur jie Guan chuo ren jian song jie ngu wu ni Jia dian zi ba zhu wei bei karan qiang tong gu sang bo xin zi ba chen len hun zhuo gar jia ra xia dian xiu guan chuo zong jie dian ban zi ba la nga jie wang qiu jie zun jian bei yang特别人先主面定结果，求解能瓦个结了，胸怕别的瓦西。东康修孙嘎结人孙中，今天公布图些修定吧。Ban den gar gu ce gar jara den xiong ma to bi be ran re nya ce do jar tian zu chen wo bon jin ze ba 看见过就将天下边所罗，谢家滚在滚前求姐姐，点着你来往的这用吧。人前把节点把身体活了，也着头上公比。Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, good night. Yeah, okay, see you tomorrow. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Dupanla.
Thank you.
Everyone, please join us tomorrow for the teachings. We have teachings twice a day, on Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow is Jupanla's real birthday, and Sunday we have Sunday we have the reception. So please attend if you can, or buy a raffle ticket, and your name will be entered for the raffle prize drawings. And you can find that on Facebook and in your emails that we've sent with the newsletter, Facebook or Instagram. And the price is $30 for a raffle ticket. And it's, yes, price per draw. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And the prizes are the blessed, a very, very nice blessed mandala that Jupanla brought back from Nepal. That's blessed by His Holiness, and a beautiful mala, and a beautiful green Tara book, and also a blessed tassel, blessed by His Holiness Chetsang Rinpoche. So get your raffle tickets, so maybe you'll win the prize in honor of Jupanla's birthday. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. One more thing.
Thank you.
Please recite Jupanla's long life prayer as much as you can, and we'll publish the accumulations. And we'll definitely be doing his long life prayer tomorrow for his birthday. So thank you, everyone. Please recite as much as you can. That's a request. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Thanks for everything.